What's up? It's your favorite lawyer. My gavel is in, and I will be ruling on today. So let me get off in my email and see what questions you guys have posed. Okay. All right. First case. Can I be charged if drug paraphernalia is found in my car after it was repossessed? My car got repossessed today, and I think I had paraphernalia inside. Can they search my stuff? Guys, who is they? We got to figure out who they is. They who? Now, if you're asking whether or not the people that repossessed your car can search your car, of course they can, because your car was repossessed, honey, and it's now in their possession. They can do whatever they want to do with it, but they're a private entity. So, and sorry, I broke a nail. Okay. So, guys, I don't think that they're going to be turning you into the police. But if somebody turns you into the police, guys, how are they going to be able to prove that that was absolutely your stuff and that you possessed it? It was in your vehicle, but guess who possessed it after you? Guess who possessed it after you? The people that repossessed it. So I'm going to go ahead and say that if this were to come in my court of my opinion, okay, of Allie Booker's opinion, that case would be dismissed. We're moving on. Let's go to our next question here. All right. Is it legal for the state of Texas to remove a child from another state without notifying the parents if they have not lost parents? My daughter was taken into DCS custody in the state of Arizona. Her Texas request because they retained jurisdiction over the case once I moved there. Then they got a court order to take custody of my child back into Texas, but came and removed her without first notifying me, and I still have full parental rights. Uh-oh. Court is in session. Let me tell you guys something about these DFPS, Department of Family Protective Services of each and every state in this United States. They are linked, honey. They are linked together. Okay, follow me. They are linked together. Texas can speak to Louisiana, can speak to Arizona, can speak to California, can speak to New York. Okay, these are government entities, and they come from a federal entity. Okay, so United States has a big department of family protective services and an invested interest to make sure that the families in and throughout the United States are uniformly taken care of, and their children are not abused, etc. So what happens is the states have each of their individual offices on their state level, okay, that reports and gets federal funding on the national level. Follow me. Because of that, we have what is called UIFSA, Uniform Law, that states that each state in the administrative agencies, with the Texas Attorney General, with child support, with custody, with CPS, is going to work with each and every state to do what has to be done. So this means that Arizona and Texas were working together against you. Okay, if the children were there in Texas, okay, then and Texas removed the children, okay, guess what? Yes, it is legal because they got an order from Arizona. Arizona sent that order to Texas. Texas CPS picked up that case and did what they were supposed to do, what they were told to do. Just because you flip flop states didn't mean you were going to get away from the government with respect to those children. States work together, and this happens in child support as well as custody. Okay, if there are issues and it's a state agency that is coming after you, if it is the Attorney General, if it is CPS, which is Child Protective Services, or Adult Protective Services, baby, they will hop, skip, and jump and help each other and do what needs to be done. So that's what happened. Arizona talked to Texas. Texas picked that case up. You're going to have to talk to CPS in Texas. They will be able to let you know. But just because you have full parental rights does not mean that somebody cannot come and CPS cannot come and take their children if they believe that the children are not in your care in custody, if they're not safe or they're being abused. Parental rights are out the door. That's a government agency. They have the right to take your children at any point if they feel that they should. And what they're going to do is they will then institute an action to terminate your parental rights or something of that nature. You need to get with Texas CPS. Next case. Yes, they can. I'm ruling for Texas on that, and I'm ruling for Arizona. They do have the right to do that. Parental rights don't overstep CPS, baby. When the government is coming, don't nobody care about the rest. Okay? Let's move on. I don't agree with my CP leaving the state, custodial parent leaving the state. As the non-custodial parent, can I keep my kids when I get them for summer? She moved out of the state and I didn't agree to it. I haven't seen my kids in 6 months and I'm giving them for the summer. I don't want my kids to be away. Whoa, I don't like, I'm calling court in the session. Baby, wait a second. Now you going in to talk about how you can't afford a lawyer to take her to court on this matter. You still pay bills in your home and you on child support and you get $14. Baby, let me tell you something. Don't you ever violate a court order, baby. Okay, and you from Houston. Find a family, we're on every corner. What you better not do, what you better not do, is take those children. Now, I need you to look at that child support order, read through it, and see if there is a geographical restriction that has been imposed. Mostly, all of the counties here in this great state of Texas impose geographical restrictions. And what is the reason that we do that is because the legislature wants to make sure that parents are in the children's lives and that children have a close and continuing relationship with each parent. So we normally would impose geographical restrictions unless, okay, the parent is not from this state or not from this country. At that point, it doesn't make sense to restrict them to a geographical location that they really are not from or don't have big strenuous ties to. So I need you to look at your custody order. See if there is a geographical restriction imposed. If the mother has taken the children out of the state against the geographical restriction, baby, you're going to have to file your case in court. Get the kids for the summer per the court order, and while the children are with you, go ahead and file your petition. I don't care if you make $1,400. I'm ruling that I don't care if you make $14 a month, $14 an hour. I'm going to rule that I don't care about that, okay? It doesn't matter. You're going to need to contact a lawyer, try to find a volunteer lawyer, or try to do it yourself if you can, but you probably cannot, okay? So I'm going to order you to contact a lawyer. I'm going to order you to, I don't know if you're going to have to get a separate job or what you're going to have to do, but you're going to have to return those kids at the end of the summer, and if she broke that geographical restriction, then you need to do something about it, or be quiet. If you're not going, I'm gonna order you to be quiet if you're not gonna go to court about it. If you're not gonna go to court, if you're not gonna do what's right, then I'm gonna order you to let the kids go back with the mom at the end. You're not gonna sit up here and do what's wrong, and I'm not gonna condone it or tell you that you should do it. Okay, so I'm moving on to the next case because I have told you, don't you violate that court order. Don't you do it. And she shouldn't be doing it either if she's not supposed to take the children outside of the state. But you can't just hold children over. You cannot do that. Don't put those children through that type of stress. I'm ordering you to look at your order, your child support order, your visitation and custody order, and see if there is a geographical restriction imposed. And if there is not, I'm ordering you to return those children at the end of the summer per your court order. Next case. I don't even want to hear that about how much you didn't make and do make and child support. And I'm going to order you to seek a modification. I'm tired of parents sitting up here saying their child support is too high for what they make, and they have not filed anything in the courts to get that child support lowered. And I am telling y'all right now, and I'm tired of telling you, but I'm going to turn it up a notch. Do not contact the Attorney General. It is not their job to modify your orders. And you will sit up there and think that you are doing something to modify your order, and you are not. Okay? If you are not the custodial parent, they're not listening to you. They will take it down and make you think they'll file a modification for you. And if you are not a military person, they won't be doing it. Next case. So do it yourself. We moving on. Because you better not keep them kids. You do them kids like that. Next case. Doing them children like that. Baby. Let me find some divorce. How does my mother get a divorce from my father who lives in Mexico? I just did this. I can help you. My mom lives in San Antonio. They married in 1985. He's been deported, and they've been separated since 2008. He lives in Mexico. How can she do this? She does not have much money. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I had to bang the gavel on that because I'm tired of y'all telling me what money you don't have. Okay. Y'all can find money, get your hair done, your nails done. My nail done popped off. I'm gonna find the money to fix it. Okay, just like I got the money to do this. Okay, you find the money to do what you need to do. You're gonna find the money to handle your business. Okay, first of all, your mother needs to get a divorce from your father because that's just messy. Okay, they've been separated since 2008. That is 20. That's 12 years, honey. If something were to happen to your mom or your dad or whatever, the property needs to be distributed appropriately. And there have been times that I have distributed property in Texas and Mexico underneath the same order. Okay, listen. I don't want to hear about what money you don't have. You're gonna find money for what you want to find money for. So I'm moving on. Okay. Yes, it can be done. Your dad can just sign a waiver, okay? But he's gonna have to get it notarized in Mexico. So what happens is he's gonna have to get it notarized, and you're gonna have to talk to a lawyer about this, or you're gonna have to research and see what type of notary your father can get that is comparable and acceptable for the United States court. Okay, so there are rules in the Texas Family Code, and it says that if you get a sworn statement that's notarized by a specific individual of that country, you know, that has a specific standing, that the Texas courts will accept it. So that's what she needs to do. She needs to get him to sign a waiver. Okay, and that waiver needs to be notarized by the proper authority. Then she needs to file for her divorce. Now, if he wants to fight her and he doesn't want to sign that waiver, she's going to need to get him served in Mexico. Okay, and they're going to have to file a return of service. That return of service is going to have to be notarized, and guess what? It's going to have to be notarized by a comparable person. But hey, girl, we talking about Mexico. That's our cousins. Okay, so it's plenty of people that know how to get around and process service and stuff that can get it done in Mexico for you. They will have the proper notary attached. Send it to you to file for court, and she needs to divorce this man. I'm ordering you to get your mother to file her divorce and get him served, okay, by somebody in Mexico if he does not agree, or get a waiver executed and get this show on the road, honey. Get the show on the road. They need a divorce. Let's move on. How much do I have to disclose about the birth of my child to her father? And do I have to let him see her before court? Y'all, Lord have mercy. Order in the court. Woo! And I've been through it. Let's see. The father of my child has yet to believe he is the father of my child. Girl, they all don't. The child come out looking like them, and they want to ask for a DNA test. Girl, give it to them. Give it to them and laugh when the results come in. Let me finish reading. Let me be quiet and let me finish reading. Yet keeps pushing the issue of being there the day she's born, but in the waiting room because he could care less about me and just wants a picture with her. And said he won't come around after that much because he wants her on his terms in her home, in her room, aka saying that's his house. He constantly says things like, if she's mine, or you'll get your money. Also, never refers to her as his daughter or by her name, always the baby or it. He makes me feel bad about setting boundaries, and honestly, until paternity is established, even though I know she's his and we have court order custody agreement, I'm not sure I want him around her because I feel like he'll manipulate me into letting him take her. Oh, I'm exclusively breastfeeding. I get induced in 9 days. Please help, girl. I am here to help you. I am here to help you, girl. I'm here. Girl, let me tell you something, girl. Girl, don't have that man up there at that hospital. This is just on a personal level. Baby, nobody wants to have a baby by themselves. Nobody wants to go through that. But honey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. A sister got to do what a sister got to do, girl. And you are having a child. You cannot have people around you that are gonna stress you out, okay? And I don't know what hospital you're going to. It says your location is here in Houston, Texas, but they don't play about children anyways. You got to have a band, okay? I just came from the hospital with my little baby. You got to have a band. If you don't have a band, you're not getting nowhere. They don't release the children. But I don't even want him trying to go down the stairs and run off. I wouldn't trust him. He sounds like he's mentally unstable. He sounds like he doesn't like you for whatever reason. He is still mad at you, baby. And men will shoot at the girlfriend over the shoulder of the child, okay? We call it over the shoulder in court, where an attorney is upset with me and they don't like something that I said, so they shoot at my client. They shoot at me over my client's shoulder, okay? And that's what he's doing. He's shooting at you over her shoulder, okay? And we cannot allow parents like that to be, baby. He's not thinking about the child's best interest right now. Okay, he needs to calm down. He's probably just his emotions are going just like your emotions are going. Okay, everybody's emotions are going. And I definitely understand what you're going through. But at the end of the day, what you're not gonna do is stress yourself out anymore. You are exclusively breastfeeding, dear. And I would know I'm a breastfeeding mother as well. Okay? And that is a bond between you and that child. And at the end of the day, when you are exclusively breastfeeding, your child can't go anywhere else, dear heart. Um, your child can't. Um, how is the child going to eat? Now, I know that you probably are going to pump and have bottles and whatnot, but I don't trust this gentleman. He does not need to get a child on his terms. Y'all need to go to court, and I hope you've already called the attorney general and turned his behind in. Okay, and you plan on getting a lawyer so you can get it done a little quicker, because I wouldn't give him the child if without a court order. Because if he doesn't bring that baby back, then you're gonna have problems on your hands. She's young. She or he will be young, um, and I believe it's a she. Will be very young and very fragile. And she's not going to understand what's going on, and all she knows is that she wants to smell you and taste you, and your milk, and have your warmth. And so don't we just not going to do that. If he can't come around and behave like a normal human being, if he's already talking crazy like this, then honey, go ahead and move with all deliberate speed and get your order. If you live with somebody, or there's someone who can come to your home, if he knows where you live, maybe let him try to come over with other family members there. And if he can act normal with other family members around, because don't do it by yourself. Because see, when you're coming home from the hospital, you can't move around very well. If he takes the child and runs off, you can't chase him. So make sure there are family members there, or you're somewhere that has cameras. Okay, um, and that's how you do that. But he's not being nice. If he's not taking care of that child, I would probably wait till a court order. You can send him a picture of the child and let him know the child is born. If he's not claiming that child and he's going back and forth, I wouldn't let him sign a birth certificate, because what happens is when a parent gets on the birth certificate, they have 50-50 rights, and they can come in your house, take the child, run off, and you'll have to go to court to get the child back. He sounds like he's a little crazy, cray cray. He might do that. So, sweetheart, I want you to enjoy. I know you get induced in 9 days. God bless you. Congratulations for this beautiful life that you're bringing into this world. Um, Girl, you running shit. Don't let this man tell you what to do. I order you to be stress free. Okay? Employ the courts. Next case. Let me find a criminal question. Let's see. Let's find the criminal question. I do have a gavel, Miss Callis, okay? And I am live. I have the gavel. I'm ruling on these, okay? Miss Callis, she keeps it going in here. She keeps it moving. A new criminal question has been posed. Can I file criminal charges against my daughter for refusing to give me my jewelry she was safekeeping? My daughter has jewelry I gave to her for safekeeping when I moved. It was labeled and put in a safe to be given to my grandchildren. Should I die? We since have had a falling out, and she will not return any of it. Advised my son that she would not return it to me, but would give it to the right person when I died. There was also a gun that was a gift from my first husband, who was deceased. I also gave it to her with the agreement that she would give it to my grandson when I died. I was told when I asked her about the gun that she had already given it to excuse me, to my grandson. Oh my God, period will do it to you. And he traded it for another gun with a friend. Can I hold her responsible for the value of the gun? Should I sue in justice court? Let me tell you what you shouldn't do. Ever give somebody stuff before you die. That's what a will is for, girl. You should have put that stuff up in a safe deposit box at the bank and put a will up and got a will. Honey, baby, this is the thing. And I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm through. This is not no criminal question. This is a family will, children get on your nerves question. Okay, nerves would be, okay, because they get on your nerves. Let me tell you something about children, baby. You know how your children are when you have them. You know which ones are fair. You know which ones are not fair. You know which ones, when they get their attitude and get their way, you can't trust. And you know which ones, even though they got an attitude, you know you can trust them. You should have known you couldn't trust her ass to begin with. And I don't know why you gave her stuff for her children when you died, while you were still alive, and the children ain't old enough to put their eyes on it and see. Now I know that grandson, he said traded it for another gun with a friend. Baby, that's another thing. You better know who you giving stuff to, because people don't even care about your stuff. Now that's a gun that you inherited that he done gave away to somebody else. You see that? Don't even care, baby. And so I'm gonna tell you something as a grandparent. I'm not a grandparent, but you're a grandparent, baby. When y'all are up in age, you have grandchildren, you're trying to leave stuff. Don't leave stuff to the ones that ain't gonna keep it. If something is an heirloom and you know they're gonna hock it, don't give it to them. Give it to the ones that you know are gonna hold on to it and love that property just like you did. You know, it behooves me how people leave the house to the grandchild. The grandchild sells the damn house, don't even move in there, just sell it off, hock it off. The house has been in their family for years. You know your children. And your grandchildren are your children. But it's just grand in the front. You know them too. If you know he ain't no good, why would you leave the gun there, ma'am? I'm going to order you to sit in the corner for 24 hours and think about what you just did, because it don't make no sense. Now, why would you file criminal charges against your daughter and you the person that ain't thinking? Okay? You don't give stuff away ahead of time for later on. That's not what you do. That's what a piece of paper called a will is for. You could have wrote that down, baby, on a piece of paper and filed it. Filed it with the county. You can file anything with the county, people. I'm ordering y'all to go to the counties and file whatever. If it's advance directives, if it's powers of attorney, if it's a letter to your daughter, file it. File it with the Harris County clerk, because you're in Houston. The Harris County clerk, not the district clerk, the county clerk can file anything. Okay? You can even pay to file your will with the probate court and clerk. You can sit your behinds down. You can handwrite a will. You can sign it. And you can file it at the county. Why didn't you just do that? Okay? That's what you should have done. Okay? Now, what I'm going to implore you to do is go ahead and do it now. Do it now. File it with the county. She already has the stuff, but at least it'll be directed to the right person, and there's paper trail behind it, so that if the children don't get it, they can do something to her, because she already has it. So I'm going to order you. Girl, handwrite your will and file that with the probate court and let that girl go on. You ain't calling no doggone police on your daughter next case, because you shouldn't have gave it to her. I'm moving on. Last question. Can someone get in trouble for this? Is the criminal question. Friend A went on vacation with friends B, C, and D. See, order in the court. What she don't do is go on vacations with all these friends all the time. See, I did that. The last time I went on a vacation, not my close friends. I'm not going to say that, because my close friends, baby, we can travel, but we have been friends for years. But I'm going to tell y'all travel with people you don't even hardly know, and then your money come up missing and stuff like that. We're going to read on and see what's going on. But stop traveling with people B, C, D, E, and F, and G, and A, and Q that you don't know very well. Okay? When I travel with friends, I'm traveling with friends I have known since law school, honey. And we tough and thick as thieves. And ain't nobody doing no stealing, and ain't nobody doing no disrespect. And if we do, we know how to apologize and move on from it. And if you don't have friends that are like that, you don't need to be going somewhere with them, especially when it's friends of a friend of a friend. And I had to be the one that was told and taught by my group of friends to stop bringing in trash baggage, people that they don't really care for, you know. And sometimes you got a friend that you've had for 10 years or 20 years, and then you bring them along with your other friends that you've had for 10 or 20 years. That ain't fair to the friends that you've had for 10 or 20 years, because sometimes they may not rock with this person that you bring in, okay? And I have been in trouble and put in the corner by my friends, and if they watching this, they know they put me in the corner for that, for bringing along riffraff. That's what they call it. Because if it's not in part of our clique, then why you bringing them along, Allie? That ain't right. I don't know her like that. I don't feel comfortable. And you have to think about that. Now, let's go on. Friend A went on vacation with friends B, C, and D. And attorneys are funny like that, honey, so I'm just saying. But anyways, after a brunch of drinking, oh, here we go. Everyone returns to the hotel room. Friend B acting drunk and being too loud, throwing food everywhere. Friend A, who is a male, punched friend B in the arm several times playfully, telling her to stop her behavior, never with the intent to harm. Friend C was asleep. Friend D was a witness. All four friends had been drinking. The next morning, friend B woke up with bruises on her arm. Everyone made jokes, and friend A felt bad. He never meant to hurt her, and that his intent was always playful. Everything was normal. After returning her, oh mother, call the police. I told you that's why you don't go on. That's why you don't go on vacation. Let me see. Everything was normal. Yeah, all was calm before the storm. After returning home from vacation, weeks later, friends A and B get into a huge fight, not physically, and are no longer friends. I told you that's what be happening. Baby, that's what happens. Last time I went somewhere with a group of girls and I was invited with somebody I had known for 30 something years, and I was invited with her to go with some other friends that she had known for about 10 years or whatever long. They were nice to me and stuff, but I didn't care for them too much. We all fell out. Now I'm not friends with her no more. That's what happens. Okay, weeks later, friends A and B get into a huge fight. Not physically, we went there. Both parties go their separate ways. 2 months after the incident, friend B threatened to press charges on friend A. Friend B, I'm going to order you to get a new attitude. Because if you wasn't mad at the person while y'all were friends, you're not finna file no charges now. That's some cold-blooded stuff. And friend B, karma is a Friend B has pictures of her arm with bruises. So friend B is a snake in the grass because she already had pictures anyway. So why would she be taking pictures if that was really her friend, if friend A was her friend? No other harm has been done. She never went to the hospital. Can friend A actually be charged with something here? Yes, friend A can. Friend A can be charged with assault. But what happens is he has to have the intent to harm or to harm that person. But sometimes if it brings pain, the intent is not necessary. So I'm gonna rule, and here's my ruling. You ready? Friend A, keep your damn hands off of people. You a boy hitting a girl. You should have known better. Now I don't know if you gay or whatever, and I understand how that goes. You might have just been playing friend girl. You might have been playing friend girl A, and that's what I'm thinking. Okay, that you may be, so you was with the girls and you're one of the girls, okay, and you kind of hit, your friend or whatever, but you're still a man. Keep your hands to yourself, girl. Keep them to yourself. A, because yes, she can file charges on you, but friend B, girl, I'm gonna order you to get on somewhere with that boo. Get on somewhere with that girl. Why are you sitting up there taking pictures of something when that was your friend and you know that he did not mean to physically harm you? And I don't like the fact that you have pictures because that means you had intent the whole time to have to probably press charges, or at some point you were going to do something and you want to keep a record of it. Why would you want a record amongst friends like that? Now that's just, you're a snake in the grass, and if you file those charges against him, you gonna get what's coming to you from karma, because I'm sure you've hurt somebody before and didn't mean to, and ain't nobody filed no charge against you. So I'm gonna order you to get a life. Friend C, why was you asleep, girl? Friend C, I am gonna order you to take some ginseng, ylang, and stop drinking so much. Because if you was awake, you'd be another witness. Friend D, you must be the person that wrote this. Friend D is the witness. D, I can't tell you what to do, honey. But it sounds like you on friend A side, and I am too. So tell B to get a life. Tell B to get a life. That's all I can tell you. I can't tell you not to cooperate with any investigations, but you already know that he didn't mean to do it. It was playful. You were there. Tell what you know. Don't let B get away with this. B, get a life. Next case. And this really is going to be the final one, y'all. We're going to wrap it up. Police want to talk to me about a domestic violence claim. It's been 24 hours. Should I talk to them without representation? Verbal confrontation on the way to work. I took the rental car from her and made her drive her own vehicle. No AC. Oh, this is in Cypress, Texas. I'm from Cypress. It's hot right here. Cypress is in Houston. It's hot as hell. That's why she didn't call the police on you. You made her drive that car with no air. You going to jail. I'm just playing. So I made her drive her own vehicle, no AC. She has warrants and expired tags. Why would you do that? Sir, you shouldn't have done that. She went to work and called the police. Went to the hospital for a head injury. Claims I headbutted her. I have no physical marks. Okay, now baby, you hail from my community. Cypress is a little community. off in Harris County, which is the same county that Houston is in. We were right on this outside of Houston. We're really in Houston, okay? Baby, we're a suburb of Houston. Let me explain, because I know that out here, in Cypress, we don't see much. We don't get, we off in our own little world. We don't really go downtown much. We don't know. Truth of the fact of the matter is, you kind of are, how do I say, you telling on yourself, baby. So no, you should not talk to the police without a lawyer, because you already just said too much. You told me it was a verbal confrontation, but you just said you have no physical marks. So it was more than verbal, in my professional and personal opinion, because you would have no reason to offer up that you have no physical marks. I'm gonna let you know from a lawyer's perspective, I would eat your behind up, but I'm a defense lawyer, so I'm gonna order you to go find a defense lawyer like myself. Somebody is one on every corner. And do not talk to the police, because you talk too much. You have diarrhea of the mouth, and a police officer would have a very good time with you, and those charges will be filed as soon as they hung that phone up, because you are already talking too much. Okay, that's just it. Do not ever talk to the police, people, especially when you are like this person here and you talk too much. Okay, you said it was a verbal confrontation. This girl says that you headbutted her, and she went to the police. She went to the hospital for a head injury, but you said you have no physical marks. Why would you have physical marks if it was just strictly verbal? Now, let me tell y'all something, man. I'm going to tell y'all this. Now, a lot of times y'all get into it with women and you go too far. I'm not talking about hitting them, because I ain't got nothing to do with that. Making that girl ride in that car with no AC and when she had warrants and expired tags was too much, sir. You know why that lady is not driving that car. And first of all, what kind of man are you that you have a woman that has no AC in her car, has warrants on her back that you have not told her to get rid of or helped her find a lawyer to get rid of, and expired tags, okay? I'm going to order you to be a better man, okay? That's what I'm going to order you to do. And then making her, when it's 115, 108, 105, drive that car to work with no AC, that's why she drove that hoe straight to the hospital, okay? That's why she bypassed and went to the hospital, because she's tired of you disrespecting her. This is just what I'm thinking. This is just what I hear, okay? Now, I beat assault cases all the time, but I do speak to the victims, okay, or the complainants, okay, the alleged victims. And a lot of times what happens is, why they go ahead and tell on you, they tell on you because they have had enough. They feel like you go too doggone far. You drag them disrespectfully in ways that you don't have to. When you have already, in their mind, done things to them to violate them, and they could have finished you a long time ago, but they chose not to because they loved you. But then here you go doing extra stuff and trying to be too cruel. So then they gotta show you, you want to be cruel to me? I could have told on you a long time ago. Look what you did to me, and I didn't even do anything to you. Now I'm gonna do it. So that's what I think happened. I'm gonna order your butt to get an attorney, sir. That's what I'm gonna order you to do. I'm gonna order you to be a better man. Okay? I'm also going to order you to join some sort of organization. Okay? A male organization. I don't know if you go to church, but you need to try to, hang with one of the deacons. You need a better male role model, because no AC, she has warrants, expired tags, headbutts, and all of this is way too doggone much. And then verbal confrontation, and you making her drive that car in the 105-degree heat says, I don't like the man that you are. I ain't passing judgment, but I'm just letting you know. So, y'all, court is now getting ready to recess until the next time. I will be here with my hot pink robe on, my doily, and with my gavel. And I will run through these questions that you all have posed, and I will let you all know exactly what I'm going to order in these particular cases. Don't take anything that I say as legal advice. Just know that it is me. I'm a lawyer, and this is my own personal thought process and a little bit of professionalism behind it, okay? Make sure you guys add my channel to your list of channels on your YouTube, okay? Make sure you click the notification so that whenever I upload something, you guys are able to log on and see what I'm talking about. Also, like my videos or dislike them. I am open to all of your comments as well. You don't have to worry about me going on there and saying anything rude to you or whatever. I'm open to comments, okay? Email me your questions. Your questions very well may make it on my channel. My email address is booker@bookerlawfirm.com, okay? booker@bookerlawfirm.com. Also, add me on Instagram, she_ya_lawyer. And last but not least, stay up, y'all. Sometimes things in life may get you down, but you just keep pushing forward and keep looking up, and things will get better for you, okay? Y'all have a fantastic day. And until next time, court stands in recess. Goodbye.